Track reviews.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, and gonna give my thoughts on an insane musical development to pop out in the last few days. Before I start getting into the details, let me quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, the people at The Ridge. They're still making these awesome, nifty, sleek, sexy, rough, and rugged metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in that front pocket. They're minimalist in design, RFID blocking. Check out that link down below. Use promo code MELON, 10% off your order. Let's go. Radiohead. The band Radiohead. With their legendary frontman Thom Yorke, they have come together for a huge surprise in this year of our Lord, 2021. This new version of the classic song, so classic it's essentially become a meme at this point in the Radiohead fandom. Creep, little track. You may have heard of it, one of the biggest alt-rock tracks of, the 90s, kind of put the band on the map and everything like that. And obviously from their debut, they went on to develop an entirely different sound, which is why their debut is looked at almost like a black sheep in their catalog or whatever. But Creep still kind of stands out as a fan favorite, even if it is a slightly tongue-in-cheek fan favorite to this day for many. Yes, we have a new version, a remix, as it were, of this classic song suddenly dropping with Radiohead featured on the track. It's titled as a very 2021 remix. I mean, we're only like halfway into the year so far. I don't know what makes this version so 2021. I guess we will learn when we listen to it. But one thing I can tell you about this track is that it's 9 minutes long. Did you think the song Creep was too long or maybe a little overly dramatic already? Well, too bad. Now you're going to get 9 minutes of that. I have no idea what the hell this new version holds. Or what it will be doing for the duration of this massive amount of time. Let's give it a spin and find out. After that, all I can think of is like, what are we going to title this video? What the hell was this thing? For 9 minutes, I can't say I enjoyed myself at all, with maybe the exception of some of the wailing vocal embellishments in the third, fourth of the song, where the synths were laying it on kind of heavy, sounded sort of blissful and thick. But outside of that section, I found none of this interesting or appealing at all. It's to the point where it feels like Radiohead is purposefully, or Thom Yorke is purposely taking the piss out of the song a little bit. And it's not even that the remix is long or experimental or abstract, because Thom Yorke and Radiohead have come out with their share of music that exists in that realm over the years. It's not surprising that a remix of this song by Thom Yorke in 2021 would be a little bit weird. Like, of course, there's going to be elements of it that sound like some stuff from the last Thom Yorke solo record. That was just gonna be, that was obvious. But as far as abstract and electronic and almost like boundaryless music goes, Thom Yorke has come out with much better stuff than what is offered on this remix. And let's start with some observations right off the bat. I mean, at first it sounded like we were going to get kind of a campfire version of the song for the most part. Very acoustic, very skeletal. Sounded like it's coming off an old recording possibly as well, which is kind of cool to hear that. But then it becomes very clear that this recording is slowed down, which there's a lot of ways to slow down recordings, but this one is not slowed down particularly well. It's kind of stretched out to the point where you hear these, digital stutters and digital stretch marks that are actually like quite unappealing and grating, and make the recording just not all that pleasant to listen to. And look, there are applications of that type of effect that is in a lot of recordings that I have enjoyed personally, as far as like, sample-based music and so on and so forth. But I can't say it works as far as like a tone setter in this instance, nor does it sound all that appealing when the synths start coming into play on this thing, because of course there are huge mountainous synth movements that start covering this really long acoustic recording of Creep. And even they don't really sound all that well balanced or layered. The decay on a lot of the notes that Thom Yorke is playing here is just really long, to the point where a lot of the notes that are being played, the leads, are just like sloppily cascading over each other and melting into each other in a really unappealing way. They're just kind of drowning out the acoustic recording underneath. If this thing were slowed down more carefully and there was more care in kind of crafting the synth patches here, placing the effects, and I guess layering the synthesizers in general, I think this could be a really cool remix of this Radiohead classic. But as it stands, I think the execution is really effing messy. And it's so messy in comparison with Radiohead's and Tom's other stuff, leads me to believe that, the messiness is intentional. And the messiness is, in a way, like a statement on the song itself, a statement on the band's feelings, maybe, about the song itself, Tom's feelings. Maybe to Tom and maybe to Radiohead, that is exactly what 2021 is. Maybe that's what 2021 boils down to for them, because this remix is a mess. It is really kind of a junk pile, and I don't think I will be listening to it again. Let me know what you think about this remix. Let me know if you feel like a creep or a weirdo. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Sir Thomas of York, forever.